guys, I've got a story to tell you. My teacher told me many stories, and this is one of them. Once there was a village, and there was a cemetery near this village. One night, a dead man left his grave. He had some business to do, and though he was absent for a very short time, cutthroats killed another man on a road and put his body into the grave. So, when the dead man returned, he saw a newcomer in his grave, and he was very angry. And he told him, "Get out of my grave." But the newcomer refused. He said, "No, now it's my grave. I'm not gonna go anywhere." And so they had a big conflict. And they started arguing and shouting, and it was so noisy that the other dead men came out of the graves. And they tried to help the guys out. They tried to help them solve the conflict, but they couldn't. So they were thinking, and at some point they realized that the only person who could help him is the judge. Luckily, the judge lived nearby. So they went to see the judge, and they knocked at the door, but the judge was so scared, so he didn't open the door, and other people in the village were very scared. The dead man continued knocking. "Open the door," they said. "Open the door. This is not fair. If we're dead, that doesn't mean we're not humans anymore. We're still people. We're still people of this country. And you're the judge, so you must help us. Because there are the laws that should help us solve the conflict." But the judge didn't open the door. He was still very scared. I don't know what would really happen at that point, because the dead men were nearly ready to break the door. But a strange man appeared. And he said, "Well, leave these chicken-hearted people alone. Leave them alone with their fears. They cannot help you. You should go to the judge of heaven. And you know, the judge of heaven is my friend, so he can help you." So they all went after the strange man. They came up a high hill, and then the strange man turned to a fox, and this fox dug the ground, and there was a passage to the judge of heaven. And so all the dead men met the judge of heaven, and they told him about their conflict. He thought for a while, and then he said, "You know, there is a peasant in this village, and he has just died, and I think I should grant him more days under the sun. So then there would be an empty grave, and you could take this grave, one of you." And that was a good idea. And so that's what they decided. At that moment, a peasant, the dead peasant just, woke up, and he said, "Ooh, I've been dreaming for such a long time. Now I'm feeling good." And the next day, people in the village found a strange dead body in the grave of the peasant. And they decided that this man was killed by some cutthroats last night. And this is how the story ended. Well, indeed, this is the end of the story. And I'll see you next time. Bye!